Hi, today we're going to learn how to create a file browser, something that works this way. We have a list of directories, we click on one folder, you can see we've got go up to go back to the root folder. If we click back, you can see the mouse over the specific file name, and we can see the preview of it. Also, we can see the icons associated with the extension of the file. Now, these preview tooltips will only be available if the file extension is basically associated with the image. If we go up, if we go to the classes, you can see it doesn't show any preview tooltip. So yeah, if we go to, let's say, INC, we've got another folder here, and then if the folder is empty, we have this empty folder grayed out icon. So that's basically everything. Together with this series of the videos, you have access to the exercise files. If you decompress everything, put it into the root of your project. Inside of these exercise files, we're going to find CSS folder with the CSS file, which has already the structure of all these elements which we're going to need. Basically, what you need to create, if you want to obviously modify this file, for each extension which you want to be identified by the code, you need to create a class and assign the icon to this specific class, because later on, all these elements which are in array, which we will basically put into array by scanning the specific directory, will have this class assigned to it based on its extension. So this is CSS file. Then we have images folder. Images folder will be empty because all these images are copyrighted. So you're going to have to source some images for different file formats. Plus you will have to create an image for going up, then for the folder, and for folder empty, which is basically this grayed out icon, as well as file icon, which will be added to every other file format which we simply didn't define inside of our code. Then we have index.php and JS folder with the latest version of jQuery and core.js, which is currently blank. If we open our index.php, you'll see we have a basic structure of the page already in place. So in between the opening and closing body tags, we're going to start with the div with the ID of wrapper, and in between the opening and closing div tag, we're going to simply require once, and we're going to require the file which will be inside of the mod folder and will be called structure.php. So let's create this mod folder now and just create the blank file called structure.mod. Sorry, .php, not that mod. For the time being, we just close this file. We're not going to be working with this file yet. Now, if we scroll right to the top, and before the doc type definition, we're going to start with the opening and closing PHP tag. Again, we're going to require, this time we're going to require autoload file, which will be inside of the INC folder, autoload.php. After this one, we'll define three variables. One will be path, and we'll have root path constant value assigned to it. Then we'll have rel, which will be ds constant, and then up, which will by default be null. So that's everything in this video. Let's move to the next one, where we're actually working with our autoload.php file.